It seemed like everyone felt that Cam Whitmore went too low, myself included, and he's been phenomenal in Summer League. Let's break down his game against Utah, just like I did for the Asar video, which thank y'all for the support on that one. This will be going out at some point. I'm going on vacation, so I'm pre-recording a bunch of these to have some content. But let's get into it. Let's just go over this game. Cam Whitmore's burst off the catch is obviously special, as there's nothing that any closeout defender can do to stop his first step and to stop him from getting all the way to the rim, attacking off the catch. And I just noticed this guy. This is a business decision. This is what we really call a business decision by this rim protector here. Yeah, he's like, nope, not getting paid enough for this. He's gonna be awesome attacking off of dribble handoffs as well, where he doesn't have to use his handle to create an advantage. And I'm not even sure Walker Kessler could have stopped that. Cam is so powerful going downhill, especially hopping off of 2 feet. He can basically absorb contact and blow through almost anyone. And there was some nice handle flashes here. This play I loved, where Cam does a quick change of direction, blow into the paint. Once again, I think he obliterates. I think it's Joey Hauser. That is one of the most unfair matchups I can possibly imagine. Cam Whitmore, but I think the real thing is seeing the hedge flash out, crossing back over, and then exploding into the paint for the finish. As the handle has been a definite issue for Cam, as he can't really hold on to the ball and change directions with his awesome quickness. Often he just loses the ball trying to execute moves like that, which in my opinion was a big reason for the turnovers. But now he's doing stuff like this, which is great to see. Once again, we see the second time in this game, Cam read this hedge defender coming out to pressure the middle. So Cam quickly resets back, attacks the space, and makes a simple pass. It's nothing crazy, but it's the stuff that Cam is going to need to do to stick in the NBA. We'll come back to this play later. The handle is certainly a problem, though, as he can't really drive right here. He loses the ball, and driving to drive left again, he isn't able to hold onto the ball as well. You could maybe argue that this is a passing-related issue, too, where he could have kicked out to this shooter, but I mean, if Cam holds onto the ball here, he drives his defender back and probably gets a wide open layup or draws a foul. So I can't blame him for making that decision, as making the pass out is not always the correct decision. But these are some pretty common weaknesses in young players, especially we saw a guy like Anthony Edwards have similar issues as a similar build, athletic, powerful wing creator with handling problems, as he wasn't great holding onto the ball or making these simple kick out reads where he could just a simple one pass away and he ends up getting stripped and turns the ball over, or Green forces a jump ball or whatever. But he improved on this a lot, obviously. One of Cam's hilarious tendencies is his overwhelming care to drive to the left. This is so hilarious. The entire right side of the floor is open. Cam can easily use his first step to open up this defender, attack the top foot, and get a wide open dunk. But nope, he wants to attack left. And he does it anyway, because not even a wall of help defenders were quick enough or strong enough or impactful enough to stop Cam from bullying into the lane and drawing a foul. Exact same setup on the other side of the floor, where I cut this clip poorly, but it was the exact same thing, where Cam had the whole right side available. This exact same defender with his top foot overplaying Cam to the left, because he knows probably that Cam will not drive right. And this is definitely something that you can potentially game plan for in the future. I'm not so worried long term, but it's a really funny tendency that just doesn't make a lot of sense, other than that the handle is so bad that he can't drive to his right for some reason. And the general process as a feel issue is bigger to me than the passing, which I've said is underrated before, and I stand by that for sure, as we saw even with that pass earlier in the video. But he loves these early clock, deep pull-up threes. And of course, some of it is, being one of the stars on his team in Summer League, but Cam isn't very decisive shooting off the catch. Of course, he can make these step-back threes. That was one of the big selling points of his profile, is the three-point pull-up shot creation. Really impressive jabbing, making quick 1-2 dribble moves to get into his high, quick release. And the shooting off the catch is really great to see too. And honestly, what's going to be really important, as playing next to Amen and Jalen Green and Fred VanVleet, there's so many on-ball threats that Cam is going to need to be dynamic as an off-ball attacker. And luckily for Cam, that's to me his best skill is obviously when you have off-the-catch attacking bursts like this, you really need defenses to close out to you. And even a soft-ish closeout. And of course, you have to close out to Cam because he will shoot these, and not hesitating is going to be important for him to keep drawing hard closeouts and in turn getting wide open lanes. As on a play like this where he jabs and hits a three, the result ends up being good, but the process to me is not. Where Cam, I mean, first of all, misses a wide open guy in the middle of the paint for a dunk. But he isn't quick attacking off of the catch here, where he has space in a mismatch, and this should, to me, be an immediate three or a drive. Or Cam, or like a pump and a drive. He kind of dilly-dallies, hits that three. But against real NBA defenders, it's going to be a lot tougher to execute plays like that. But I think the offensive game overall has been really solid. I've loved the impressive on and off ball creation with the power and the tools. It's absolutely nothing unexpected. Some good handle flashes too, but overall, I'd say this is the Cam Whitmore experience that was promised. As I have said before, I think the Rockets taking him in the top 5, or the Pistons especially, would have been good. Getting him at 20 is ridiculous. And I think his defense is underrated as well. He's a really impressive playmaker in instances like that, which is not something that was so talked about, I think, as a selling point for his upside. But Cam, I'm interested to see what his role and development looks like, as theoretically, I think he slots in perfectly next to Amen and Jalen Green and Dillon Brooks and Jabari Smith and Alperen Sengun and all of the Rockets' exciting young players, except for Jalen Green, probably are best with the ball in their hands. And Cam is one of the rare guys who can amplify players without the ball with his crazy off-ball attacking. Hopefully the passing can grow, and just the decisiveness micro skills are going to be key for him. But Cam Whitmore's been so fun to watch, and I love him dearly, and I'm so glad we got to see him cook in Summer League.